Thanks for joining us. Tomorrow morning, there'll be grief counselors at Little Falls Community High School to help students cope with the loss of one of their classmates. A 10th grader died in a crash last night near Little Falls. 2 other teens were injured, and tonight, both are in the hospital listed in fair condition. Heidi Wigdahl spent the day in Little Falls learning more about the crash and its young victims.
The people of Little Falls and the surrounding communities are mourning the loss of a 15-year-old who was killed in an accident on Saturday night. It also left 2 other teenagers in the hospital. The crash happened north of Little Falls near Green Prairie Fish Lake. The Morrison County Sheriff's Office says 15-year-old Riley Ballou of Randall was headed east on Forest Road in Green Prairie Township when the vehicle went off the road and struck a tree. First responders tried to save him, but he was pronounced dead at the scene. The Sheriff's Office says 15-year-old Harvey Gangle of Little Falls and 16-year-old Derek Andrees of Randall were also in the vehicle. They were both taken to St. Cloud Hospital. Riley's aunt and uncle told CARE, quote, "Riley will be dearly missed by his parents, brother and sister, grandparents, extended family, and friends. Everyone is devastated by this tragic accident." Riley had a love for fishing, hunting, and anything outdoors. He was very athletic, kind-hearted, and polite. If there was a pet around, he was usually found petting it or carrying it around. Please keep him and the family in your thoughts and prayers. Riley's school also said online, quote, "Little Falls Community Schools is deeply saddened to announce the tragic passing of 10th grader Riley Ballou." The Morrison County Sheriff's Office and State Patrol are investigating this crash. In Little Falls, Heidi Wigdahl, KARE 11 News.
Well, earlier today, another deadly crash, this one involving a pickup and a horse-drawn buggy. 2 people were killed just northwest of the Twin Cities. This happened just north of Avon. Around 11 o'clock this morning, the Stearns County Sheriff says the buggy, with 2 people in it, was traveling along the shoulder of a road when the pickup, traveling in the same direction, hit it. They say the driver of the pickup is a 23-year-old man. Both people in the buggy, a 72-year-old man and 66-year-old woman, died. The horse also died. That crash remains under investigation. Now tonight, the hockey community is remembering a Minnesota coach who passed away from injuries after an accident on the ice. Harv Gracek was a youth hockey coach in St. Michael. He suffered a traumatic brain injury after hitting his head on the ice while coaching about 3 weeks ago. Last night, his family posted an update on a GoFundMe page saying that he had passed away, saying, quote, "Heaven is lucky to have such a kind